Yeah, Liz.
Hi.
What's up?
How are you?
How was that?
I was a bit of a wuss. The Strife is literally the pinnacle of downhill, period. It's the hardest track in the world. People have died on this track, and it's something that I felt for me personally, if I could make it down one time, that would be a huge accomplishment. And then after my injuries, I just didn't think that it would ever be possible. So for me to have this opportunity and actually be able to do it physically was beyond a dream come true. This project is so special for many reasons. I think, for me personally, because it's something that I've always aspired to do. And again, I think it's the pinnacle of downhill skiing. If you can make it down the Strife, you're a true downhiller. They did an amazing job, making the track very well lit, and really reminds me of when I was growing up. I trained at night in Minnesota every night after school, and it brings me back to my roots, but also is a huge adventure that I never thought was possible. I think the best analogy is when you're on a roller coaster. Your stomach is literally lifted and up, and then you hit the compression and your whole body slams down. And in the dark, it makes it a lot more challenging as well. Well, growing up in Minnesota, I didn't have a ski academy. It was just Buck Hill Ski Club. And so I had to go to school, like everyone else. And then as soon as I got done with school, I would go to the hill. It's not a mountain, it's a hill. But yeah, we trained every night, and it was a great opportunity because it was a rope tow, and I got, 20 or 30 runs every night. And I think it was a great place for me to start and to really learn my technique. I think it prepared me well for this experience, and also just for racing at night. I think when I was racing World Cup, I always loved racing at night the most because it reminded me of home. I think running downhill at night is something totally different than running slalom on 300 vertical feet in Minnesota. But at the same time, I felt good. It felt like home. I gave it everything I had, and physically, I honestly thought that my knee might explode, but it didn't. So, I think, again, that's probably the biggest victory for me, is that not only did I make it down the hardest downhill in the world, but I physically am still here. I always love training with the men because they always push me harder. When I can visually see someone skiing dynamically and fast and pushing the line, it always motivates me to do better. And so for me, having Darren there and watching him charge out of the starting gate and, tuck into Massafale, that helped me because it gave me more confidence. I think everything that I've done in my career prepared me for this. I know how to handle my nerves. I know how to perform when I need to. I know how to bring the best out of myself. And a challenge like this is what really brings the best out of me. I love having that kind of challenge. And it was interesting because Darren saw that in me, and I don't think many people actually do see that in me. They see that I love winning, but I just love going fast. I'm a thrill seeker. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I love pushing myself to the absolute limit and being on the verge of being scared, but that's what I love. I think you're not having fun unless you're pushing yourself.
Just skiing down this race hill is one thing, but under the lights at night it takes it to the next level. It's almost like a dream, and see Lindsey just finally have a chance to ski on this track in this kind of situation is incredible. And I really had no doubt in the fact that she could ski it, but I was questioning if she's going to really ski it with a lot of determination and confidence, and I was really impressed. She did. In Kitzbühel, the Strife is the toughest race hill on the men's World Cup circuit, and so for everybody, it's difficult, to ski. And then for Lindsey, she impressed me more than any woman on a downhill track. Just the way she was so confident in herself and going. So, for anybody, it's